Hello everyone, and welcome to my Week 3 Philadelphia Eagles prediction. Last week, another nail biter, another victory. I woke up that Monday morning. I woke up and I was like, wow, we're 2-0. Can you believe that? Second time ever. Last time we did that, Super Bowl season. Yes, baby. Do you have a question about the Eagles? I'm talking to our video right here. You want to see? This is Marley. And we're watching a prediction right now. We gotta keep that away. We're gonna do a prediction. You wanna stay here with me, or do you wanna go play? Okay. I'll get you next time. But great victory last week. A 24-23 victory over the Baltimore Ravens. A stingy defense. And the thing I wanted to talk about was Michael Vick and company pulled off a beautiful winning drive together at the perfect time to sneak a 1-point victory from that stingy defense of the Ravens. Vic also had his hiccups. He drew 2 interceptions, but he did rush a touchdown, and he did have a passing touchdown, and that was huge at the time it did. He had 371 yards, completed 23 of his passes, 23 of 32 of his passes, and what can you really, besides the turnovers, you can bitch about that, definitely, because we had 9 turnovers in the last 2 games, but he's producing. He's producing yards. 2 300-yard games. That's huge in the first 2 games of the season, making us 2-0. But Brent Celek, wow, that's a security blanket. Definitely. Michael Vick, he knows, eyes closed, boom, Brent Celek's right there every time. Maybe sometimes he looks too hard, that's why he gets picked off. But the beautiful thing about this season, the way it started already, was that we're pulling out the games that we didn't last year, and that was huge. These games last year, we would lose, but this year we're actually pulling them out. I know it's early, so we're only 2-0, but we're going to Tempe for Desert Storm, baby. Tempe, Arizona, tomorrow. Philadelphia Eagles versus Arizona Cardinals, Week 3, 2-0 versus 2-0, Desert Storm. That's what I'm calling it, because I'm pumped. It's on Fox at 4:15, baby. I'll be here rocking out. Let's go. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Yeah, I got my new jersey, because the Philadelphia Eagles changed, the whole NFL changed their jerseys to Nike now. It costs like $100 now. It's kind of rip off. But my old jersey's going to still be putting on. Probably, first half, Deshaun Jackson, second half, LaShawn McCoy. That's the way I love to do it. Deshaun likes to play in the first half, and he likes to take off for the second half. And LaShawn comes through to the third and fourth quarter. We all know that as Eagles Nation. So, another thing, too. With Michael Vick, security blanket, 8 receptions, 157 yards, Brent Celek last week. The defense, had first 2 games, have only held their opponent's passer rating to 35.1. That's incredible. And D'Amico Ryans had an interception, a sack, and 6 tackles last week. Wow, that's the middle linebacker, Philadelphia. That's the middle linebacker. And Trent Cole had a sack too. And the only thing I disagreed about this game, besides the turnover, was that stupid call by Amy Reed giving Bruce Brown the ball in the red zone. That's why he fumbled. Shouldn't be giving a rookie the ball at the 30 or the red zone at all. You know what I mean? If you wanted to start him off in the beginning of the drive, first couple plays, hey, give it to Bruce Brown. Or when LaShawn makes a big run, put him in, make him, be like a little yin and yang. But not when in the red zone, just take LaShawn out to put Bruce Brown in, and then he fumbles. It's exactly what's going to happen. He's a rookie. So, main things I want to talk about is what we're watching. Vick's protection. The season-ending knee injury to center Jason Kelce was a big blow to the offensive line. Kelce's replacement is Dallas Reynolds, and he will have his work cut out for him with the athletic Arizona pass rush that just sacked Tom Brady at will 4 times last week, and had pressure up the middle. The Cardinals blitzed Brady 9 times, but the number almost certainly will be higher this week, especially with Michael Vick. Special teams battle. The Cardinals have 2 dangerous return men, Patrick Pearson, everybody know who Patrick Pearson is, and LaRod Stevens Howling. Good return man. Pearson coming off the edge, and 6'8" Calais Campbell rushing up the middle. They also very adept at blocking kicks. They blocked 5 punts and field goals attempts last season. They already have snuffed 2 in the first 2 games, so we got to watch out for that too. Alex Henry and John Darabas have to watch that out as special teams. And enough with the turnovers. The Eagles have turned over the ball 38 times last season. And by turning over the ball 38 times last season, made us 8-8. That's easy. You can't turn over the ball and expect to win a game in the NFL. The two main culprits, Michael Vick, who was a league high 6 interceptions already, and running back LaShawn McCoy. That's so weird to say. LaShawn McCoy is one of the main culprits for our turnovers this season because he didn't even turn over the ball last year at all. He had 300, almost 400 touches. So I don't get it. And third down. The Eagles have been very efficient on third down. Third down is huge. You keep the drive going on third down. We've completed 44.1% of third down opportunities, which is the 8th best mark in the league. Michael Vick, who finished 26th in third down passing last year, is 8th after 2 games and completed an impressive 68% third down passes. The Cardinals, however, are ranked 10th in third down defense. The Patriots were just 5 for 15. I can't talk today. Last week. And last thing, how can we ever forget? Kevin Cobb. How we robbed the NFL to give Arizona Kevin Cobb. And thinking like he was worth $50 million. That's my, my crazy laugh. But, yeah, Kevin Cobb. He's been sacked once in 35 attempts. We have to pressure him. We pressure him, he will go down just like Brandon Weeden and Joe Flacco and have a horrible passer rating where you get turnovers off of him. This game should be a wash, but it won't be because Arizona is a lot better than we think. Kevin Cobb has been playing great ball, but sooner or later that train's going to stop. It's either we're going to just blow it because of turnovers or we're just going to demolish them. I think this game could be possibly a blowout, but I'm not going to, I'm going to bite my tongue a little bit and give you a good prediction. So, I was pretty close last week. I was only 3 points away. I had the Eagles right, 24, but I didn't have the Baltimore. I said 24-20, so what are you going to do? But we're 2-0 versus 2-0. This game could go either way. Either way, especially because, Vegas is giving the Cardinals a 3.5 point favorite. They're minusing 3.5 points. So, Cardinals are favorite for a reason. Vegas must know something. But I can see the Eagles pulling it off by like 6 points or by a touchdown this week. Who's hot, who's not? Brent Selleck, 8 catches for 157 yards, career high. For Cardinals, Calais Campbell, I just told you about him, 10 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for losses, and 3 hurries, and a Cardinals upset to the Patriots. Who's not hot? LaShawn McCoy. 2 fumbles in as many games, an average just 2.6 yards per carry in the second half against the Ravens. He's usually the second half man. And Beanie Wells just had 58 yards, that's it, in the first 2 games. We cannot let him get out of hand. We have to keep our run defense down. We have to keep them holes plugged in. D'Amico Ryans has to be following that ball and attacking. After 2 games, we're still the number 1 in offense. We're 471 yards per game we average. Quarterback, I think it's pretty on the Eagles because Michael Vick is way more athletic than Kevin Cobb. Kevin Cobb's got a better arm, I think. Accuracy, but not better like throwing power and because Michael Vick could throw a perfect spiral for 70 yards. I don't think Kevin Cobb could do that. Running back goes to the Eagles. Receiving goes to the Eagles because they've just been on fire. Brent Selleck, Deshaun Jackson had 114 yards last week with 7 receptions. Jerry Macklin had 1 catch for 23 yards, but that huge touchdown when Michael Vick was running to like the out of bounds and he chucked it right sidearm and it somehow just stayed in. And Jerry Macklin caught it with 2 feet and it was a touchdown. That was a big touchdown. And Jerry Macklin will start tomorrow. And offensive line goes to the Cardinals, I think. But back to receiving before we get off offense is Larry Fitzgerald has killed the Eagles last season, catching 7 catches for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns in that Cardinals victory by 6 or 7. I think they won by. I was at that game and I left after Santi picked it off and we were up by a field goal or up by 2 points. I left because I thought I was with the baby. And it's like a minute 30. I thought we were going to just end it and be over. But no, I hear that Larry Fitzgerald catches the ball on the 1 yard line. Early Dorsett. We have to watch out for him too. Yeah, so he's killed us. So Kevin Cobb likes to throw to his tight end Todd Heap too. Todd Heap used to play for Baltimore back in the day too. And tight ends kill us. Defense, we're ranked 4th. Just letting up 267 yards per game. The Cardinals are ranked 13th line up 320 yards per game. Defensive line goes to the Eagles. Linebacking core, I think they're pretty tied. Where Darrell Washington is the best of the bunch. He's the most athletic. Linebacker they have. And D'Amico Ryans has been playing great. So, and rookie Mikael Kendricks has done a nice job setting the edge against the run and cover tight ends and running back. So you really can't bitch about that too much. Secondary goes to Eagles, even though Patrick Peterson has skills and he could be an elite corner, and William Gay is a solid player, but just the Eagles secondary has been coming through. We have four interceptions, Kurt Coleman and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, so hopefully we'll get more tomorrow. Special teams go to the Cardinals, Patrick Peterson and LaRod Stevens-Howling. They're very good return men. Key matchups. Trent Cole versus Anthony Batista. Cole should have his way with Batista, journeyman with just 6 career starts and only 2 at tackle. So the advantage goes to the Eagles. Look for Trent Cole to have a couple of sacks, possibly 2. Nnamdi Asomugha versus Larry Fitzgerald. This could kill us. Nnamdi, let's see if he's still a shutdown corner. He was in Oakland. And last matchup is Evan Mantis and Danny Watkins versus the defensive line, Darnell Dockett and Calais Campbell. That's a big. They play 3-4, 4-4 end pair. So we'll see how this goes. It's gonna be 72 degrees indoors facility. It's gonna be beautiful. I just say Deshaun Jackson fast track, Jeremy Maclin fast track, Michael Vick fast track. So this is the time to possibly take this 3-0, wake up Monday even better than I woke up last Monday. So let's see how that goes. The Phillies did great. Great win yesterday. Against Atlanta. So I think they're 3.5 or 3 games back now. So we'll see how that goes. Another thing too is stats real quick. For the season, Brent Selleck's at 222 yards, 12 catches. No touchdowns yet. Deshaun Jackson, no touchdowns, but he's got 11 catches for almost 200 yards. Jeremy Maclin, he's got 2 touchdowns for 119 yards and 8 receptions. Michael Vick has 88 attempts for 52 completions. That's a 60% completion rating. That's pretty good. And for 688 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 6 INTs. That's where it's killing us. That's where he's killing his passer rating too. He's at 67%. LaShawn McCoy needs to pick it up a little bit. He's got 45 rushes for 191 yards. He's averaging 4.2 yards per carry, but we need him to start picking it up a little bit. He needs more touchdowns. That's it. Really comes down to it. The starting lineup is my prediction now. I was wrestling with this for a little bit because I wanted 23-17 or 27-24. But my official prediction is going to be 23-17 Eagles. 23-17 Eagles. That's what I'm going with. I just got it right now. You guys made me just think of it. 23-17. That's what we're going for, baby. I'm going to sit back in the sack and chill back. You know what I'm saying? Watch the game tomorrow. 2-0. Maybe be 3-0 afterwards. You know what? We're going to be 3-0. 23-17 guaranteed right now. So that's the way the season's going to be. It's going to be that season that we make miracles happen. Because winning a championship in Philly is a miracle, if you guys agree. Because I agree with that. Because it's so damn hard to win a freaking championship in this town. But let's see. This is the 116th meeting between the Eagles and the Cardinals. We had a long history together. So, and we just added 25 or 25th 1-point victory in Eagles history last week. So we have 2 this year. Maybe we'll win by 1 point. That would be crazy. I'll have a heart attack. But 23-17, my prediction. Let's go Eagles. You guys have fun. 4:05 at Tempe. Philadelphia Eagles, Arizona Cardinals, Kevin Cobb. Week 3, my prediction, baby. You guys have fun. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles. 23-17, baby. 3-0 Monday. We see this, son.